Assalamualaikum and a good day. I bid to my UBM 599 Digital Workforce Lecturer, Madam Nur Atika Rochin binti Demong. In this beautiful day, I, Muhammad Aiman Shahmi bin Muhammad Azrul, metric number 2019359413 from class BA2434 will present to you a poster about what that I have done on this course. But first, I want to give some background about this course. This course requires the students to become a freelancer in order to get marks and completing the assessment for this course. To become a freelancer, students should acquire some skills before getting into the platform. For example, students as myself should equip myself with the basic usage of Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. This will be useful when we apply for the job offered. Video editing skills also a popular skill to be learned in order to deliver client impressive work from that you have created. Learning other languages will also become an advantage to you, as there are some work dedicated to translating the work to another language. I myself have minor knowledge in speaking Japanese and German, but I am excellent in speaking Malay and English. For this course, students are required to register to 5 crowdsourcing platforms in order to start their journey on becoming a freelancer. I have registered to 5 platforms that I have done research on, and the credibility of this website is verifiable, such as Freelancer, which is the largest platform of crowdsourcing, Fiverr, a rising in popularity crowdsourcing website, 123rf.com, a platform where we can take original pictures and send it to the websites in order to gain passive income when people use the image that we send, Workana.com, another excellent platform in crowdsourcing, and lastly, Guru.com. When I have been asked to register to 5 platforms, I immediately done research on the pros and cons on some of the websites before deciding on the best 5 that I must register in order to satisfy the requirements. We move on to the next part, which is the registration in Gateway for this course, PayPal. I was skeptical at first to register my information in PayPal, but Madam had assured me that it is safe and remind all of us to not link our banking card information in PayPal, because if scammers have access to the account, they can use my banking detail in order to make purchases online or use the information to apply for credit card, etc. Next, we look on the summary of bids that I have done during this semester. I decided to bid all the jobs offered in Freelancer, as they are the largest platform in crowdsourcing, and I have gotten 100 free bids from the government agency MDEC in order to make job bids. From the 100 bids, I managed to use 50 of them in order to bid jobs. I did not enter any contest in this platform. For the first bid, I bid for a data entry position using Google Sheets platform as the medium of work. I think that this is an easy task for me to achieve, as I am well versed using this platform. So I bid the job for $13. For the second bid, I also bid for a data entry job, but this time using Microsoft Excel as the platform. I bid and proposed the job for 31 ringgit and 78 cents. Next, the third job bidding, I bid on a data transfer job from PDF to Excel. I bid and proposed this job for $35. The next job that I bid is for copywriting position on a website. I bid and proposed this project for $15. Next bidding is also a copywriting position of the project which requires me to write in English. I can speak English, so I decided to bid and propose for this job for $4. For the sixth bid, I bid for the copywriting position for an e-commerce social media website. I have experience in handling copywriting in my previous endeavors, so I bid and proposed for this job for 200 ringgit and 26 cents. For the seventh bid, I bid for a position for content writing for the company. This is a one-time job, so I bid and proposed for the job for a total of 54 ringgit and 3 cents. For the eighth bid, I apply for a position of marketing writing which requires me to market the client product in their website. So I bid and proposed the job for 21 ringgit and 24 cents. For the ninth bid, I bid on a job that requires me to do FB ads marketing for the client. I am interested and have experience in using FB ads, so I decided to bid on the job for 301 ringgit 67 cents. For the 10th job, I bid for PowerPoint marketing presentation. I have an expertise in using PowerPoint, so I decided to bid and propose the project for a whopping $300.
1 hour later.
In the 20th job bidding, I bid for a position for paperwork writing that requires me to do research on the article that I want to write. I am interested in it, so I decided to bid and propose the job for a rate of 11 ringgit and 3 cents per hour. For the 21st project, I bid for a copywriting position for a whopping $300. For the 22nd bidding, I bid for a job of a blog writer which I can learn and improve on my writing skills. So I decided to bid the job with a rate of $2 per hour. Next, for the 23rd bidding, I bid for a job of article writing which to compare on a variety of products that is similar. So I think and decided to bid the job for $50. For the 24th bidding, I bid for a job that requires me to translate the file to English language. So I bid and proposed for the job for the rate of $10 per hour. For the 25th bidding, I look up a job that also requires me to translate something to English. So I decided to bid and propose the job for 222 ringgit and 46 cents.
2 hours later.
For the 48th bidding, I bid for a job that required me to sort a big batch of data. I bid and proposed this project for $70. For the 49th bidding, I am required to do a data analysis for an Excel file. I bid and proposed the project to 55 ringgit 17 cents. Finally, on the last bidding, which is the 50th bidding, I bid on a job that requires me to design a logo for the client. I think and decided to bid the job for 55 ringgit and 17 cents. Overall, I think that I have bid on some of the best clients in this platform, but some of the clients have a bad rating and no rating at all. My experience is satisfied when I am using this platform. For the next part, which is the amount of income earned, project awarded, and star rating, I did not get anything for this part of the project. I feel very sad about it, but I think it is my own mistake that I did not get any job or star rating. Lastly, SWOT analysis is the topic that I am going to talk about. SWOT analysis is a strategic planning technique used to help a person or organization identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats related to business competition or project planning. Strengths refers to characteristics of the business or project that give it an advantage over others. Next, weaknesses refers to characteristics that place the business or project at a disadvantage relative to others. Next, opportunities are elements in the environment that a business or project could exploit to its advantage. Last but not least, threats are the elements in the environment that could cause trouble for the business or project. My strengths are I am a freshman, I can learn new skills and have many skills. For the first point, I am new to the platform as there are many things that I can prove to clients for them to hire me. It is an opportunity for me to start fresh in this new environment. Next point, I can learn new skills. As I am honing my existing skills, I also can learn new skills from other freelancers that manages to get jobs in the platform via the example of their work. Lastly, I possess many skills. I have experience in doing so many online works during my previous endeavors. So I believe that I am capable in handling tasks or projects given to me. Next is my weaknesses. My weaknesses are does not stand out, too many bidders, no rating, and bad proposal writing. Firstly, I feel that I did not stand out. This is because there are many people that are using this platform, freelancer.com. I have tried my best in order to compete with other bidders but failed to make a good impression to the client. Next, there are too many bidders. This is because we are currently in the situation of a global pandemic, which means that many people have been stuck at their home for a while. There is also the factor of higher rating bidders bid at the respective job that I bid. How can I compete with highest rating bidder, which I am barely even started to use this platform? Next is no rating for me in this platform. I think it is my own fault to not try to enter some contests in order to get some rating. This is my most vulnerable weakness of all. Lastly, I may be write a bad proposal for the client to review. I need to improve my proposal writing skills in order to get the client to pick me as their winner. Next is opportunities, which are bidding on less bid job, many platforms to discover, suggestion from platform. The first point, which is bidding on less bid job, is an opportunity for me because there is a little competition that I bidding on that job, which makes my probability for client to hire is higher than the jobs that I full of bid. Secondly, many platforms to discover. There are many crowdsourcing platforms that are yet to be discovered by me. In that case, which makes this a golden opportunity for me to explore new platforms soon. Lastly, suggestion from platform, which is freelancer, which suggests me on what to bid. This is a great part from the platform moderator as they are trying their best to search and suggest the job for fellow freelancers in this platform. Lastly are my threats, which is high rating bidders, scammers everywhere, and many people work from home. My first threat is high rating bidders, which people in the platform that have 4 or 5 stars rating of work. This is a major problem as they are well established in the platform, which makes my chance of getting the work that I bid becomes very low. Next, there are literally scammers everywhere in this platform, which copy real job posting into one of the other posting. Scammers want to waste freelancers' bids at their posting and unaware freelancers to click on the link given by them via message. This is a real threat for the entire crowdsourcing community as they are time wasters and do not stop scamming people. My last threat is many people working from home. I think this is an obvious threat to me as many people can come to the platform and place their bids on the platform, which can result in the chance of getting hired becomes less. I think that is all from me. Thank you for watching and listening.